Welcome back to Arty Noobs. This is a KV-2, the Tier 6 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the south spawn of Minsk and it's under the command of Pascucci. Now what's happening is this is our Derp coronavirus special. A series of videos containing our favourite derping tank, or at least most people's favourite derping tank, in action. Well, Pascucci's not going towards the town centre, and that's where you'd normally expect a derping tank to go. Well, it appears he's actually going to go off to the west side of the map. He's got a 152mm howitzer as his main armament, and he's only loaded HE rounds. So he's capable of doing 910 alpha if he can penetrate 86mm of armour, and he's got a 3.66 burst radius. Okay, one of the enemies coming to sight, but it's a T-71. He's some distance away at the moment. So rather than fire, he's going to hold on to his ammo for the moment. 20.25 seconds is the reload time. Now, if you want to get a copy of the skin for this particular tank, it will be linked in the description, so you can actually put one on your own KV-2. It was created by Sir Rusty and his talented daughter Jazz, and it says made in China, play World of Tanks. Well, the coronavirus was made in China. World of Tanks was made in Moscow, actually, not Minsk, although a lot of people say the money was in Minsk. Well, Victor managed to get his entire family to invest in World of Tanks, and he did a jolly good job with it. Now, this is a very unusual position to go to, but if he can peek over that wall, he might be able to get shots into these guys. Wow! That's a nice hit, and the T-52 fired back a 57mm round, but it did absolutely nothing. Okay, needs to stay behind the wall until he's ready to shoot. Yeah, because otherwise he's going to get shot at. And that T-29, he's got a round which would be able to penetrate, but he can definitely penetrate the T-29 with that. Oh, no, that one didn't work. And he blocked a shot from the T-29 off the top of his turret. Okay, who's next? Well, there's the scope to T-25. Very low hit points. Trying to get a solution. Oh, T-29 comes into view again, but I'm afraid he doesn't get a hit. Now, he's bottom tier in a tier 8 game, so every tier 8 tank that he hits, or tier 7, he's going to earn extra XP. Let's see how he gets on. Almost loaded. Okay. Waiting for that T-29 to come around the corner. Or is that Centurion going to do the same? It's a rather interesting position, this, because although he's only got the top of his turret peeking over that edge, he can actually hit them quite hard without them being able to see his weak spots. But that Type 64 has managed to get behind him and is now headed towards our Arty, the M44. Well, no, that shot missed, and it looks like Type 64 is about to hit our Arty. We've got a heavy tank down there. Let's hope he's able to do something about it, and he has. Good. In fact, it was the GW Panther who killed the Type 64. Okay, he's loaded. T-29's just the other side of that gap. Here he comes. Can hit him now. Yep, and that's the end of the T-29. Yeah, don't poke your front out until you're ready to come out, because if you allow a tank that's got an HE round to fire just at any part of your tank, the shockwave and the module damage is going to take you out of the game. So a very unwise decision to poke his head round the corner, or poke his front round the corner. Okay, that's the T-34-100, the constructor, the Czech tier 7 T-34 with a 100mm gun, and the Centurion is about to die. Yeah, there you go. But he did take a 100mm round from the constructor for 241. Yeah, right through the machine gun's hatch. But he can take that T-34 out with just one shot. He's just not loaded. And he's pulled back that T-34. He knows what's coming. Every time somebody knows a T-34's in a KV-2 rather is in the vicinity, they know that they can be derped out of existence. So they're not really willing to have a look round a corner. Of course, they also know that the KV-2 has got quite a long reload. One of the enemy tanks is capping, and that happens to be a KV-2. In fact, he's not the only one there. And there is a Scorpion G, and he's looking this way, but he takes a huge hit for 897 because, of course, he's got very thin armour, which makes him a one-shot for just about everyone now. He's trying to turn that corner, and it's very difficult to with a tank that doesn't really corner very well. He's just going to poke his nose out and finish off that Scorpion G. So make his way through. Where are you? There you are. Yeah. So he's back in the garage, and that's 3 kills. But the enemy's still capping. They have been reset a few times though. And it looks like they've got an OI trying to join them in the cap. Now, they made 344 KV-2s during the war. It wasn't a very successful tank against other tanks. It was better at attacking bunkers and the like. It wasn't very successful primarily because it could only operate on very flat ground, and it usually ran out of ammunition after a short while. You couldn't carry a huge amount of ammunition. Now he's going to try a shot on that OI at range. Oh, that was good. 4 kills. Well, they've killed one of the enemy in the cap. The one that's still capping is a VK100-01P. I think he's going to have to cross and do something about it. The M6 is moving up. Okay, I think he's decided he's going to stay here and shoot at range whilst the M6 looks for him. There he is. Okay, he's dialing in. Let it settle gently. Oh, yes! He got a hit. It didn't finish him off, but it must have shook him up. He's going to try again. I don't think the VK can see him. It's just too far away. And there's nobody at this end spotting for him. So he's going to have another go. Yes, that got him. So, 5 kills. One more, he gets the Top Gun. He's a bit beaten up around the front of the vehicle. You can see one of the rounds. I think that may have been the round from the Scorpion G, or maybe it was the T-34-100. It went through the mantlet, right through the turret as well, looks like. And the other one went through the driver's port, and you had one round go through the mantlet at the top, but I think that one didn't penetrate. Because I believe he's only showing... Yeah, he's only showing the one penetration. The Scorpion wasn't a penetration, so it must have been blocked. So maybe that big hole in the mantlet was actually the Scorpion, and it hit a hard point, and that's why it stopped. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that the shot that actually did go through the armour was that one at the machine gun port. Okay, well, we're looking for that T-34-100 now. He is the last medium tank on the enemy team. They've got 3 Arty. On Shoxy's team, he's accompanied by 2 Arty. Or at least one of them's joined him, the M44. The GW is staying a little further back. So it's 3 against 4. Oh, there's the T-34-100. And the Lorraine is on his way. Now, can he get a shot? Yes! Oh, brilliant shot at range, and that's his top gun. And it now puts the enemy at a bit of a disadvantage, even though we just lost the M44 to that Lorraine. I'm afraid that Lorraine doesn't know that the KV-2 is this close. I don't think the T-34-100 saw him, at least I'm not sure he did. So if the Lorraine 15550 is around this corner, he might be about to get a nasty surprise. No, he must have gone out the other side and made his way south. Well, this is the bad thing about the... Oh, no, he didn't actually. He sneaked around the back of the building after reloading. And he... Well, Shoxy's going to have to do something about that, or drive with the gun pointing backwards, because otherwise that Lorraine will just drive up behind him and shoot him in the ass. So he's just checking to make sure he's all lined up on the corner, because if that Lorraine comes out, he's in trouble. And the enemy stopped capping, and that may be down to the GW, who suddenly spotted the enemy GW, and they're both engaging each other. Here we go. Right, now who's gonna die first? Oh, that was an amazing shot at range. That was a Hail Mary shot, you might say. And that means there's only 2 Arty left on the enemy team. He saved his GW, but I'm not sure if that GW... Well, he's moving anyway, at least. He needs to get into cover, because if the enemy RTs, the M44 or the Lorraine, fire at him, he'll be out of the game, and then it'll just be up to Shoxy. Well, he was seen in that corner. Has he gone back to his own side? Or is he waiting to ambush us? Yes, there he is. Oh, he's fluffed the shot. Now the Lorraine will know that he's got a long reload, and he'll want to try and derp Shoxy. He's chasing him, and he's been hit by the M44, and now I think Shoxy's about to get derped by the Lorraine. He does get derped, but I think the Lorraine's made a big mistake by not killing him with that first shot, and now he's tracked and he's dead. And that's his Radley Walters. Now he needs to move away from here, yeah, because that's going to happen. The M44 is going to keep firing at him every 16 seconds. So he can't afford to stay here. He's got a Pascucci's as well. So it's 2 against 1. His engine's damaged. His toolkit's in, or his repair kit is in cooldown. He really needs to get out of here, because the next Arty round could take him out of the game. I think from the direction of those shots, the M44 is somewhere over on the east side of the map. But he's going to be so slow, I'm not sure he can actually get over there fast enough to kill the enemy, because there's only 2 minutes left now. In fact, it's 1 minute 40 seconds. The GW is going to try and look for the enemy. He hasn't got much in the way of hit points himself, but it's now impossible for the enemy to cap out. All they can do is win by killing both the KV-2 and the GW. Okay, he's got his repair kit and he's fixed his engine. So he's now motoring, but he's got to find that M44 or this is going to be a draw. He's done over 3k of damage. And that's the last minute's hooter. I don't think they're going to find him at home. I rather suspect the M44 will have gone. There's no way that the GW and the KV-2 can cap out now to win, because it takes 1 minute 40 for one. And it takes 50 seconds for 2. Okay, they're both in the cap, but there's just absolutely no way they can do it. And the M44 is at the other end in the other cap, so there's no way that he can get him. He's fired around south, but yeah, the GW Panthers fired in that direction, but the clock's run out and it is a draw. Oh my gum. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was an ace tanker for Shoxy in the KV-2. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 21. He got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks that damaged him, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He picked up some epic medals. He got a Radley Walters for killing 8 of the enemy, a Pascucci's medal for killing 2 enemy Arty, a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. But sadly, I'm afraid it wasn't enough. Let's have a look at the team scores. He did get the highest damage in the game, 3,038 hit points. The next high scorer being the M44 on the enemy team, the one that survived with 2387. And of course, he did get 2 chunks of Shoxy's hit points. When it came to the next high scorer, that was the GW Panther on his team with 2,291. When it came to kills, it was Shoxy again with 8 kills. The VK101P, the Lorraine, both got 3 kills each. And then we've got the T52 and the OI with 2 kills each on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was Shoxy again with 961. Next high scorer being the IS with 676. And after that, it was the M44 that survived with 671. Shoxy fired 18 rounds, got 12 direct hits, 6 penetrations, 7 splash. Damage of 3,038 hit points, of which 543 were at more than 300 meters. He received 8 hits from the enemy, 1 penetration, 4 non-penetrations, and 4 hits by way of splash damage, one of which included the Lorraine shooting into his ass at very close range, but it didn't kill him, thankfully. 980 hit points of damage blocked by armor, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 8 killed, and 40 hit points of damage assistance, plus 13 defense points by resetting the cap whilst the enemy was capping. On a premium count, he earned 27,721 credits, got 20,000 from personal mission payout, and 3,153, that's the achievements award for getting an epic or a battle hero medal in a losing or a drawn game. His total was 66,311, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 47,484 credits. He received 961 XP, got 545 from achievements, and took away 2,259. Again, those two figures don't add up, so what replays is missing out on one of the achievements he managed to make there. But it was a very sad ending in terms of being a draw, but at least it wasn't a loss. That's the main thing. That Lorraine, if he placed his shell in just the right place, might have been able to get a kill, and that would have left the GW in a very sticky situation, because that Lorraine, I think on his own, had enough hit points left to ram the GW Panther and then take the win. And of course, he still had his teammate in the M44 alive at that point. So it could have ended up as a loss. And he was lucky that the Lorraine 15550 didn't kill him. But he did at least claim some honour back by killing the Lorraine as soon as he'd been shot. So bad luck, Shoxy. I'm sure you'll do better next time. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. Stay home, stay safe, and derp coronavirus!